CitrusTV News. University Union and Autothon brought some fun to the quad today with games and bounce houses for the end of the semester.
And find out what it takes for SU students to be smart with their finances.
Summer weather has finally arrived here in Syracuse. Will it stick around for Mayfest? I'll let you know coming up when I'm live in Walnut Park. CitrusTV News starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hello and welcome to the last Wednesday CitrusTV News live at 6 of the semester. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. A favorite campus bar is moving locations. That's our top story tonight.
Orange Crate Brewing Company, the bar more commonly known as Lucy's, is moving soon. The new location, the building on South Cross Avenue that used to be home to Brugger's Bagels. The location change is because of the space is being demolished to make way for the new apartment retail complex, the same one that pushed out Chuck's and Funkin' Waffles. There is no closing date set yet, but the current location yet.
If you were out and about today, you may have noticed something different about the quad. Today was Field Day, an event co-sponsored by both University Union and Autothon. Games and activities lasted from 11 this morning to 4 p.m. Students in attendance earned prizes such as block party tickets and tank tops. Admission was free for both SU and ESF students.
They come out and have a good time. This is one of the only events that it's a philanthropy and any single person can come and do it. Any walk of life, any organization, any sorority, fraternity. And I think that's something special that Syracuse, that we can offer them.
Many students came out and had a great time enjoying the activities and sunny weather.
Managing your finances isn't easy. It's why people can make a living being an accountant. So Syracuse is trying to help out its students by offering free peer financial coaches. CitrusTV reporter James Groh sat down with two of the coaches to learn exactly what they do.
Planning one's financial future can be confusing. Retirement plans, 401ks, stocks and bonds, they aren't easy to navigate. So Syracuse University has developed a peer financial coaching program to assist students.
They come in and we basically start with a My Financial Picture. So it goes over the important areas of income, protection, risk, and then goal statements.
The coaches help students with everything from budgeting for a spring break trip to repaying student loan debt. For confidentiality purposes, we weren't allowed to film an actual advising session. However, this reenactment serves as a representation of what someone can expect.
And help them reach their goals. So if that means not being in debt, if that means helping them get a car, helping them pay for their education.
Because they know that most students can't do this on their own.
There's a lot that students don't know, and there's a lot that's very, very complicated.
So it's common for the coaches to hear,
something along the lines of, Steven, I don't know where all my money is going. Can you please help me figure out a way where I can, budget and have a little bit of money at the end of the month?
For students who want help planning a budget or just have general financial questions, appointments are here in Bound Hall. All you have to do is email coach to finlit@syr.edu to sign up for an appointment. I'm James Groh, CitrusTV News.
Students can sign up for as many appointments as they like. Each session lasts around 30 minutes.
There's a new 5-year dual degree program available on campus thanks to a gift from an SU alum. The new program allows for students to graduate with an MBA from Whitman and a bachelor's degree from the College of Engineering and Computer Science. The gift comes from John Riley, class of 1961, and his wife Diane, who are longtime supporters of SU. Police say 3 people are in the hospital following a stabbing late this morning. One person is in critical condition after being stabbed in the chest. One man was stabbed in the arm and another in the head. Their injuries are not considered life-threatening. Ambulances were called to the scene at South Clinton Street near Dickerson Street at around 11:30 this morning.
A shooting that happened about a mile away from campus last night has resulted in a gun wound to a woman's elbow. Police say the suspects are 2 males. The victim believes both had guns, and another shooting occurred on a Monday just a few blocks from the one last night. A man and a boy suffered from gunshots in a shooting nearby 2 weeks ago. Shootings in Syracuse reached a 10-year high last year.
In other Syracuse City news, the People's Climate March will take place in Washington, but has spun off several satellite events, including one here. The Syracuse Climate March will kick off at 11 a.m. on Saturday at Solar and Plum Streets in Franklin Square. Protesters will march to the Inner Harbor for a rally starting around noon. The rally includes speakers, music, electric car exhibits, and food trucks.
Auburn Deputy Police Chief Roger Anthony is returning to his old job and pay. Anthony was suspended from the police department after being charged with drinking while impaired. He pleaded guilty to a lesser charge last week. Anthony faces disciplinary action but will not face jail time. This is his first offense in 20 years on the force.
Today we're having one of those rare perfect spring days here in Syracuse.
Citrus TV weather anchor Brendan Tierney takes us outside to Walnut Park to show us what's happening now and tells us what we can expect for Mayfest this Friday. Brendan.
Yeah, Meghan, Brittany, beautiful weather today all around here on campus. It was the first day they started setting up for Mayfest. If you take a look behind me here, we'll see some of the fencing that's being put up. There are some parking restrictions in place today. They get even more intense tomorrow. No parking in Walnut Park on Friday. The weather's going to be very nice. Let's take a look at your current satellite and radar. There's only some clouds in the area overall. All the rain we saw over the past few days has moved well off to our east. So if you take a look at your Wednesday in review, beautiful weather overall. 55 degrees at 9 a.m., 62 at noon. We had our high of 70 degrees around 3 p.m. We're down to about 69 outside right now. A few clouds, but feeling nice, about 78 degrees overall. Take a look now at your Mayfest forecast. Overall, beautiful day for Friday. 70 degrees, partly cloudy with some slight breeze throughout the day. Nice and warm, though, here in Walnut Park. And then as you move over to the Carrier Dome for the nightcap, Travis Scott in the Carrier Dome. 51 degrees will be the temperature as you're heading out of the dome at night. Overcast with a slight chance of rain, only about 30%, but the rain, the clouds, and the humidity will be making us feel more like 55 degrees. Unfortunately, after that, we have a slight cool down. I'm tracking that coming up my exclusive Citrus TV 5-day forecast. Brittany and Meg.
Thanks, Brendan. Coming up, hear what top officials have to say about President Trump's new tax plan.
And arrests have been made in relation to the 2015 Paris attack. All that and more after the break.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Meghan Mistry, Brittany Muller, and Brendan Tierney with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Welcome back. President Donald Trump's tax plan cuts the income tax rate by 4.6%. Top officials released the plan today.
The plan includes massive cuts for businesses and other changes that could yield significant savings for families. The U.S. Treasury Secretary says this is the biggest tax cut and largest tax reform in U.S. history.
We are providing relief for energy jobs, for small businesses, for retirees. It has been estimated that the steps we have taken with this administration will save families and businesses more than $67 billion. That is real relief, and that promotes real economic growth. We've been trying to cut red tape for years, and now it's finally happening at record levels.
The election in Georgia's 6th district is becoming even more heated. President Trump has announced he'll visit Atlanta on Friday to attend a Republican fundraiser.
The traditionally red area came close to becoming blue last week. Democrat John Ossoff received almost half the vote in the first round. Experts say this race could be a preview of what to expect in next year's midterm elections.
Tensions between America and North Korea continue to rise. The U.S. Air Force launched an unarmed ballistic missile this morning off the California coast.
Air Force officers in charge say this is an important demonstration of American nuclear capability. All 100 U.S. senators gathered today for a confidential meeting on the issue at the White House.
America's newest fighter jet is on its way to Europe. The U.S. has sent the fighter jet to the easternmost NATO boundary. The jets will train with Allied forces in Estonia.
The small nation borders Russia and is worried about Moscow's aggressive actions in recent years. This is the first time the jet has been deployed abroad.
Government forces in Iraq are making major advances against ISIS in Mosul. A senior Iraqi general says ISIS fighters in the occupied part of the city are, quote, completely surrounded.
Forces on the ground say 70% of western Mosul is now completely liberated. The eastern part of Mosul was liberated back in January after more than 3 months of fighting.
10 people are now in custody in relation to the 2015 Charlie Hebdo attack in Paris. A total of 17 people were killed in a spree attack at the satirical magazine and surrounding suburbs.
3 suspects have since been killed by police in separate standoffs. The newest round of arrests started Monday and is ongoing.
And China is celebrating the launch of its first homemade aircraft carrier. This comes just days after the country marked the 68th anniversary of their Navy.
The ship will not be used until 2020, but will help China in territorial disputes in the South China Sea. The country owns one more aircraft carrier, which it brought from Ukraine in 1998.
Coming up, Uber might have a new way to really make their business take off.
And the Pope gives a surprise message at the TED Talk conference. Find out what he said when we come back.
Got a quarter?
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Nice temperatures around the region still at this hour of the night. We're checking at 75 here in Syracuse, 73 in Cortland, a bit warmer down south. Binghamton's checking in at 75 degrees. It's part of a larger trend across the nation. As we take a wider look out, you're able to see temperatures guiding up into the northeast. We're getting some of the warmer temperatures, almost summer-like right now, and that's all part of a larger system. Take a look at your surface analysis map. You're able to see cold front with low pressure moving off towards our area. Lots of storms. Wisconsin seeing snow this week. We're not going to see any of that. Take a look at our temperatures for tomorrow, even warmer than we saw today. We're near 80 degrees tomorrow, well above average for most of the East Coast over the next few days. Taking a look at your future right here, you'll see some storms off the East Coast. Those aren't what we have to deal with. The bigger issue, though, the storms back behind us, a bit of snow up in Wisconsin. That we're not getting any of that, as I mentioned. Storms moving through Ohio, though, up towards Syracuse will give us some thunderstorms tomorrow night. None of that to deal with tonight. 55 degrees will be your low. Partly cloudy, sun setting all the way at 8 p.m. tonight. Beautiful weather for this time of the year. Days getting much longer. Now your exclusive Citrus TV 5-day forecast. Checking in at 80 degrees tomorrow. As I mentioned, some morning fog will be burning off by the afternoon, with the overnight showers making it much cooler on Friday for Mayfest. 70 degrees, mostly cloudy, 51 overnight, 60s come into the area for the weekend. 65 on Saturday, 62 on Sunday. Monday, 73 degrees. We're warming back up, but there is a chance for some afternoon thunderstorms.
Thank you very much, Brendan. More employees are saying goodbye to ESPN today after a new round of layoffs began. These layoffs are aimed at on-air personalities. After losing over 10 million subscribers over the past few years, the network can't escape the sting from online live stream websites. The company has made the move to focus on their digital content, meaning a lot of the on-air talent is no longer needed. Meghan Kelly is bringing her talents to Sundays. The SU alum has announced her new NBC show will debut in June against 60 Minutes at 7 p.m. Kelly will also be hosting the third hour of the Today Show to compete against Live with Kelly Ripa. The chairman of NBC News was in Russia earlier this month to convince Vladimir Putin to be Kelly's first interview. Consumer Reports magazine has lowered Tesla's rating due to a missing safety feature. The car manufacturer has not installed automatic emergency braking. This feature is standard for many cheaper cars. Tesla promised to add automatic braking by December of 2016, but still has not delivered. Tesla's model is the only car the magazine has ever given a perfect score to. The car now has a rating of 85.
And you may want to look up the next time you look for an Uber. The ride-sharing company plans to bring flying taxis to Dallas and Dubai by 2020. Uber is working with aviation companies to develop flying vehicles. The technology is untested and completely new. Uber says the cars will help with traffic and are the future of its business. Pope Francis surprised attendees at the TED 2017 conference in Vancouver yesterday. Speaking from the Vatican, the pontiff asked for the people to show solidarity with one another and called the world leaders to be humble in their actions. He touched on immigration controversies by talking about his life as an immigrant in Argentina. The Pope said the world needs a, quote, revolution in tenderness. When Jurassic World sequel hits theaters next year, another star will be roaring back to the screen. The Hollywood Reporter announced Jeff Goldblum will return to his role as Dr. Ian Malcolm. Goldblum played Malcolm in the original Jurassic Park movie and the sequel, The Lost World. Jurassic World brought in over $1.5 billion worldwide in 2015.
Coming up in sports, Syracuse lacrosse heads into the ACC tournament looking for a three-peat. Dino Babers puts his support behind one of his former stars as the NFL draft approaches, and playoff hockey is back in Syracuse. All that and more after this.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
It's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Marco Sochi. Syracuse lacrosse is headed to Durham this weekend for the ACC tournament. The Orange earned the #1 seed in the tournament after going a perfect 4-0 in conference play this season. But that doesn't mean things will be easy. All 4 of those wins for SU came by just 1 goal margin. Still, senior attackman Jordan Evans is confident in the team's chances.
Absolutely. I mean, the reason you play at a competitive level and come to Syracuse is to win. You're not going into any game or any tournament thinking you want to lose a game or it's okay if we lose. I think everyone's mindset is on the same page. I know mine is. I mean, I want to win and prove to everybody why we're the #1 team in the country.
Syracuse is in search of its 3rd straight ACC tournament title down in Durham. The Orange has only failed to win the tournament once in its 4 years as members of the conference when Notre Dame took home the crown in 2014. The first round of the NFL draft is just 1 day away, and while no Syracuse players are likely to be taken on day 1, we could very well see star wide receiver Amba Adetawo fly off the board in the later rounds. SU head coach Dino Babers makes the case for his big play threat.
You know, I think the proof is in the pudding with Amba. You're getting someone that's 4.4, 4.3, track time verified out of high school, a huge body for a wide receiver, and a giant catch radius. He's gone against the best competition there is in the ACC, and he's made plays against everybody.
Experts expect a team to draft Adetawo anywhere from the 4th to the 7th round. Syracuse football has only had 1 player drafted in each of the last 2 years. SU softball took the short trip to Hamilton today for a doubleheader with Colgate. It's the team's final road trip of the season. Usually those games are tougher. Not for this team, though. The Orange is 22-11 away from home and just 4-6 at Skytop Softball Stadium. So last chance attack on to that away win total. Let's take a look at how things are shaping up down in Hamilton. Syracuse took the first game easily, took game 1 easily, 10-0. SU's Alexa Romero had a complete game shutout, striking out 8 in that one. Alicia Hansen sparked the offense, going 3 for 4 at the plate. Game 2 is currently underway. Syracuse actually trailing in that one 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. The Calder Cup playoffs come home to the Salt City for the first time in over 2 years tonight. The Crunch and St. John's Ice Caps are tied at 1 game apiece as we head into tonight's Game 3 at the War Memorial. This one is pivotal for both teams. Tonight's winner will be 1 game away from moving on to the next round. Puck drops at 7. The Syracuse Chiefs had an early start to the day down in Durham. It was a 10:35 a.m. first pitch for Chiefs Bulls. Move over, beer and hot dog, hello, coffee and donuts. Syracuse a little sluggish in this one as they fall to Durham 5-2. The Chiefs struggling again. They've struggled really all year. Every pitcher in the game for the Chiefs gave up at least 1 run. Not a great game for the Chiefs today. Up to the pros, the Yankees and Mets both in action tonight. At 7, the Yankees will resume baseball's biggest rivalry as they travel to Fenway to take on the Red Sox for the first time this season. The Bombers have won 10 of their last 13. They send Luis Severino to the hill tonight. The Mets, meanwhile, play host to the Braves. The Amazons need some of what the Yankees have. The Queens Club has lost 8 of 9. First pitch in that one is 7-10.
Okay, Marco, so the ACC tournament is coming up. How are we expecting to see SU lacrosse play?
Look, they're the best team in it. They've beaten all the other teams, but the ACC is so tough. You never know. But they're going for 3 championships in a row, so, I mean, hopefully they can get it.
And let's talk softball now. So how has our softball team been doing this season?
Look, they've struggled a little bit in ACC play, but this is a softball program that was down in the dumps a few years ago, and they've got a winning record. They're a really good team, and they're on the rise. In a few years, they're going to be one of the better teams in the ACC, certainly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Marco.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thomas, you've got prediabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority. Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News, your Thursday day planner for tomorrow, looking very nice. Not quite at record highs. We're going to be at about 79, 80 degrees. Our high was set back in 1990 at 87, but we're warming all the way up to 73 by noon, 79 by 6 p.m. AM fog will be burning off to just some clouds throughout the afternoon.
Okay, Brendan, so on Monday, news mentioned that there could be a chance for some rain the morning of Mayfest. Did the forecast change? Are we expecting that?
We do still have that rain, but it's coming earlier in the night, so it's going to be out of here. The ground might be a little wet when you're first going to Walnut Park for Mayfest, but it won't be bad throughout the afternoon.
Good. And we've seen some warm, beautiful weather these past few days. Will that warm weather stick around?
Unfortunately, after tomorrow, the storms come in the night. We're cooling down, not in the 80s again. We are still in the 70s, upper 60s.
All right, thank you very much,
Thanks, guys.
Brendan. Coming up next on OTN, On the Bench, followed by Syracuse Stories at 7. Citrus TV Noticias is on after that at 7:30.
For the full schedule, visit CitrusTV.com.
Well, today has been the last show for Brittany and I at Citrus TV News. We will both graduate in 2 weeks and head off. Big congratulations for Brittany for landing her first reporting job in Buffalo. I'll be pursuing a Fulbright in Malaysia, so not quite in journalism. But here, Citrus TV News has been a really pivotal time for us in college. I think that both of us could say that we found our families here. So want to thank Brooke Glatz for being an amazing executive producer this semester. She has produced some really quality newscasts. Connor for directing, our entire crew for coming out, our fantastic APs for writing the show, as well as our families and friends who have supported us.
Just a continuation of that. Thank you so much for everyone that has been here along the way. We've seen growth in ourselves and through everyone at Citrus, and it's been so great. Also, the support systems that we have at home. I'm sure your dad, and as long as with my parents and my grandpa. So it's been so much. It's been so great. So thank you so much, everyone at Citrus.
And for the last time, thank you for watching today and all semester.
Make sure to follow us, and good night. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. Have a great night.